She said, "I like you, but I'm not in love with you." I nodded and replied, "Thanks for the clarification." Then I started treating her like a roommate I just liked. Her panic when the romance, the gifts, and the good morning texts vanished. I, 28 male, have been living with my girlfriend Meredith, 26, for about 18 months. We've been together for 3 years total. Last Tuesday, she sat me down for what she called an honest conversation about our relationship. She explained that while she cares about me deeply and enjoys my company, she's not in love with me. She said she loves me as a person, but doesn't feel that passionate, romantic love anymore. Maybe never did. She wanted to be honest because she values our friendship and doesn't want to lead me on. I sat there, processing. Asked if she wanted to break up. She quickly said no. She loves living together, we make a great team, and she doesn't want anything to change. She just wanted to be transparent about her feelings. I nodded, thanked her for the clarification, and said I appreciated her honesty. She seemed relieved, gave me a hug, and went to watch TV. That night, I couldn't sleep. Kept replaying the conversation. She wants to keep living together, sharing a bed, sharing expenses, doing couple things. But she's not in love with me? She likes me? But that's it? Fine. If she likes me as a friend, I'll treat her like one. Wednesday morning, no good morning kiss. No sleep well babe text when I left for work early. When she texted asking what I wanted for dinner, I replied, "I'll grab something on the way home, thanks." Not cold, just friendly. Stopped by the florist where I usually get her weekly flowers. Canceled the standing order. $12 a week adds up when you're buying flowers for a roommate. That evening, she'd made dinner anyway. We ate together, talked about work. When she cuddled up on the couch after, I gave her a brief side hug, then moved to the armchair. She looked confused but didn't say anything. Thursday, I deep cleaned the apartment and reorganized. Moved all my toiletries to the hall bathroom. Set up the guest room as an office/bedroom for myself. When she got home, I explained I thought we should have our own spaces since we're basically roommates who like each other. Her face did this weird twitch thing. "Roommates?" she asked. "Well, yeah. You like me, I like you. We share living space. That's what roommates do." She argued we were still together, still dating. I asked how that worked if she wasn't in love with me. She said lots of couples aren't in love but still have relationships. I said that sounded like friendship with benefits, and I wasn't interested in that arrangement. Friday, things got interesting. She came home with takeout from my favorite place, the expensive Thai restaurant we only go to for special occasions. Full spread. Said she wanted to have a nice night together. I thanked her, ate my portion, split the bill with her on Venmo, and went to the gym. Got about 15 texts while on the treadmill. Everything from, "Why are you being like this?" to, "We need to talk," to "Please come home so we can work this out." I replied, "Like what? I thought you'd be happy. You were honest about your feelings, and I'm respecting them by adjusting my behavior accordingly. No pressure, no expectations, just two people who like each other sharing a living space." When I got home, she was waiting up, said I was being petty and childish. I stayed calm, said I was just matching her energy. She wants a friend? She's got one. A good one. I'll split bills, do my share of chores, be pleasant company. But the boyfriend experience, the romance, dates, gifts, emotional labor, future planning, that's for someone who's actually in love with me. She slept in our room. I slept in the guest room. Saturday morning she made breakfast. 2 plates of her signature French toast, the kind she only makes for special occasions or when she wants something. "Can we please just go back to normal?" she asked. "This is normal," I said, "for roommates who like each other." She accused me of punishing her for being honest. I said I wasn't punishing anyone. I was just being honest too. Honest about what I'm willing to give to someone who only likes me. It's been 4 days now. The vibe in the apartment is tense. She keeps trying to initiate coupley things. Movie nights, dinner dates, weekend plans. I politely decline or suggest we invite other friends to make it a group thing. I'm not being mean. I'm actually being a great roommate. Place is cleaner than ever. I'm keeping to quiet hours, respecting her space, being friendly and cordial. Just not doing any of the boyfriend stuff. The panic started yesterday when her sister called about their mom's birthday dinner next month. She asked if we were still coming together. I said she should probably just say I can't make it. When she asked why, I reminded her that family dinners are for couples, and we're just roommates who like each other. The look on her face, y'all. Like she suddenly realized what she'd thrown away. But hey, she got what she asked for. Honesty. No pressure. Just two people who like each other, coexisting in the same space. Update 1. Well, this escalated exactly how I thought it would. It's been a week since I started Operation Roommate, and Meredith is losing her mind. Not in an angry way. More like a, wait, I didn't mean it like that kind of way. First, let me address some comments. No, I'm not being passive-aggressive. I'm being exactly what she said she wanted. Someone she likes but isn't in love with. I'm treating her how I treat my buddy Marcus, who I like but am not in love with. Friendly, respectful, but with boundaries. So here's what went down. Monday. She tried to initiate sex. I politely declined, saying I wasn't comfortable being intimate with someone who wasn't in love with me. She argued that lots of people have casual sex. I agreed, but said I wasn't interested in that with her. She actually said, but we've been having sex for 3 years. Yeah, when I thought we were in love, Meredith. Tuesday, the credit card thing came up. See, we've had an arrangement where I pay for most dates' entertainment stuff on my card, and she transfers me her half later, except she usually doesn't. I'd never pushed it because, girlfriend. But Roommate split things evenly. So I sent her an itemized Venmo request for the past 3 months. $1,847. Her half of all the dinners, concerts, weekend trips, etc. She called me immediately. Are you serious right now? Just settling up between roommates. No rush, but by end of month would be great. The sputtering was incredible. Apparently she thought those were gifts because I'm the guy in the relationship. I reminded her that we're not in a relationship. We're roommates who like each other. She hung up. Wednesday, her best friend Chloe came over, clearly sent as an emissary. We all had dinner, Dutch treat naturally. And Chloe kept making comments about how cold I was being, how Meredith was just being honest about her feelings, and how relationships evolve. I asked Chloe if she'd want to date someone who explicitly told her they weren't in love with her. Silence. Then I asked if she'd want her boyfriend to do all the boyfriend things, flowers, dates, emotional support, future planning, while knowing he didn't love her. More silence. Meredith kicked her under the table. It was not subtle. Thursday. This was the kicker. Meredith's car needed repairs. Major ones, like $2,200 worth. For the past 2 years, guess who's been helping with major car expenses? This guy. Because that's what partners do. She texted asking if I could help her out, she'd pay me back. I replied, sorry, that's a lot of money. Maybe try a payment plan with the mechanic? She called immediately. Near tears. Said she didn't have the credit for a payment plan. Turns out her credit is shot from some old student loan issues. I sympathized. Suggested she ask her parents or Chloe. But you always help me with this stuff. I used to help my girlfriend with this stuff. But roommates don't typically cover each other's major expenses. She took an Uber to work the next morning. Cost her $47 each way. Friday, she broke down. Full tears. Said she didn't mean it like that when she said she wasn't in love with me. She was just going through a rough patch, feeling confused, maybe depressed. She loves me. She's in love with me. She just got scared of how serious things were getting. I asked her to clarify, was she lying then, or is she lying now? That stopped the tears real quick. She got defensive, said I was manipulating her. I pulled up the notes I'd written after our original conversation. Yeah, I document important conversations now. Read them back. You said you like me but aren't in love with me. You said you wanted to be honest. You said you didn't want anything to change. I'm giving you exactly what you asked for. She tried to gaslight me, saying that's not what she meant. But I had the receipts. She'd even texted her sister that night. She showed me to prove her point, saying, finally told Ryan I'm not in love with him. Feels so much better being honest. Saturday, yesterday, the nuclear option. She called her parents, put them on speaker, told them I was being emotionally abusive by withdrawing affection after she was vulnerable with me. Her dad, bless him, asked for specifics. She explained the whole situation, dead silence. Then her dad said, so you told him you don't love him, but you're upset he's not acting like he loves you? Even her mom, who usually takes her side, said, sweetheart, what did you expect? The call ended pretty quickly after that. Today, she's been in her room most of the day. Came out around noon, looking rough. Said she's thinking about moving out. I told her I understand and I'll help her look for places if she wants. Mentioned that the lease is in my name anyway, so that makes it easier. She asked if that's what I want. I said I want a partner who's in love with me. Since that's not her, living separately might be healthier for both of us. She's now on the phone with Chloe, crying about how she ruined everything by being honest. The irony is killing me. She wasn't being honest. She was testing me, seeing if I'd fight for her, beg her, try harder. She wanted the boyfriend experience while keeping me at arm's length emotionally. She wanted me to do more while she did less. Instead, I called her bluff. And honestly, this week has been enlightening. Do you know how much emotional energy I was spending on someone who wasn't in love with me? The mental load of planning dates she'd half appreciate? The anxiety of buying gifts for someone who wouldn't reciprocate? The effort of maintaining romance that wasn't returned? I'm sleeping better, hitting the gym harder, actually hanging with my friends instead of prioritizing her every whim. My bank account is already looking healthier. She played a stupid game. She's winning stupid prizes. We'll update again if she actually moves out or if there's another extinction burst. But honestly, I'm kind of hoping she just leaves. I've already checked out of this relationship. Might as well make it official. Update 2. Meredith went full nuclear. After my last update, she stayed in her room for most of Sunday, then Monday morning acted like nothing happened. Made breakfast for 2, suggested we go to the farmer's market next weekend, even mentioned that her cousin's wedding was coming up and we should RSVP. I politely declined all of it, reminded her she was looking for apartments. She said she'd decided to stay because we need to work through this together. Nah. I started apartment hunting for her. Sent her links to nice places in her budget. Now that she's not expecting me to subsidize her lifestyle, she ignored them all. Then Wednesday happened. I came home to find my parents in the living room. My parents, who live 3 hours away. Sitting on my couch with Meredith, who was crying delicately into a tissue. My mom jumped up. "Oh, honey, why didn't you tell us you were going through such a hard time?" Turns out Meredith had called them. Told them she was worried about me. That I'd been acting strange and withdrawing from everyone, and she was concerned for my mental health. She'd convinced them to drive down for an intervention. I sat down very calmly and explained the situation. How Meredith told me she wasn't in love with me. How I accepted that and adjusted our relationship accordingly. How she was upset that I wouldn't continue being her boyfriend after she explicitly said she didn't love me romantically. My dad, who's usually pretty quiet, looked at Meredith and said, "You called us here because my son won't date someone who doesn't love him?" My mom was processing. "But sweetheart," she said to Meredith, "if you're not in love with him, why are you still here?" The waterworks started again. Meredith sobbed about how she's going through something and I'm abandoning her in her time of need, and how cruel I'm being by punishing her honesty. My mom turned to me. "Are you punishing her?" I pulled out my phone, showed them my bank statements, the flowers I'd been buying weekly, the dinner dates, the concert tickets, the weekend trips, all one-sided. Then showed them my current expenses, split down the middle like roommates. "I'm not punishing her, Mom. I'm just not subsidizing her lifestyle anymore." My dad actually laughed. "Good for you." Meredith lost it, accused me of turning my parents against her. Said I was being manipulative and financially abusive. That's when my mom's patience ran out. "Honey," she said to Meredith in that deadly calm mom voice, "you've been letting my son pay for your life while telling him you don't love him, and you have the audacity to call him abusive?" They left shortly after. Dad shook my hand on the way out. Mom whispered that she never really liked Meredith anyway. The aftermath was intense. Meredith called in sick to work the rest of the week. Spent most of it trying different tactics. Thursday, love bombing. Cooked elaborate meals, bought my favorite beer, wore that dress I mentioned I liked once 2 years ago. I thanked her politely, paid for my half of the groceries, and went about my day. Friday, anger. Screaming about how I'd humiliated her in front of my parents. How I was a sociopath for being so cold. I recorded this, just in case. When she was done, I asked if she'd found an apartment yet. Saturday, bargaining. Maybe we could try again. Start fresh. She'd go to therapy to figure out her feelings. We could do couples counseling. I said no thanks. I don't need therapy to know I deserve someone who's actually in love with me. Sunday, depression. Didn't leave her room except to get water. Chloe came by to check on her. Gave me dirty looks. I offered her coffee and asked how her own boyfriend would react if she told him she wasn't in love with him. She left pretty quickly. Then came Monday. The real extinction burst. I woke up to texts from mutual friends. Lots of them. Meredith had posted on social media about our breakup. We weren't together, but okay. But here's the creative part. She claimed I'd been financially controlling throughout our relationship, that I'd isolated her from friends and manipulated her into dependency. The evidence? Screenshots of her Venmo requests. Taken out of context, it looked like I was nickel and diming her for everything. I didn't respond publicly. Instead, I started a group chat with the friends who'd reached out. Shared the full story. The screenshots of her "I'm not in love with you" texts. The itemized list showing how I'd covered 75% of our shared expenses for 2 years. The recordings of her meltdowns, legal in our state, one-party consent. One by one, they started to get it. Her narrative fell apart pretty quickly when people realized she wanted me to keep paying for everything after telling me she didn't love me. The best response came from our mutual friend Derek. "So she friend-zoned you but wanted to keep the boyfriend benefits package? That's wild." Meredith's post mysteriously disappeared by evening. Tuesday, yesterday, she finally started packing. Quietly, efficiently. No drama. Found out from Chloe, who reached out to apologize for judging me, that Meredith's parents read her the riot act after seeing the social media drama. Apparently they're mortified and offered to pay her security deposit just to get her out of my apartment. Today, she's almost fully moved out. Been making trips to her car all morning. We haven't spoken since Monday. Just now, she knocked on my door. I was in my office/guest room. Said she wanted to talk one last time. She admitted it was a test. She'd read some article about how relationships need brutal honesty and wanted to see if I'd fight for her. She thought telling me she wasn't in love would make me try harder, be more romantic, prove my worth. Instead, I took her at her word and treated her accordingly. "I didn't think you'd actually stop loving me," she said. "I didn't stop loving you, Meredith. I stopped showing it to someone who told me they didn't want it." She asked if there was any chance for us. I said no. She nodded, said she understood, and left. Literally, as I'm typing this, I can hear her loading the last boxes into her car. You know what the craziest part is? I'm not even sad. I'm relieved. These past 3 weeks have shown me who she really was. Someone who wanted all the benefits of a relationship without any of the emotional investment. Someone who'd test my love instead of treasuring it. Someone who'd rather manipulate than communicate. The apartment already feels lighter. Might repaint this weekend. Definitely getting better coffee. She always bought the cheap stuff, but expected me to spring for the good wine. Thanks to everyone who commented on my previous updates. You helped me see I wasn't crazy for expecting love from someone I was in a relationship with. Wild that that's a controversial stance, right? Going forward, I'm taking a break from dating. Want to rediscover what I actually like versus what I did to make her happy. Already signed up for that woodworking class I'd mentioned 2 years ago. She thought it was a waste of money then. Oh, and for anyone wondering, yes, I'm keeping the apartment. My name's on the lease, I can afford it solo, and it's in a great location. She's moving in with Chloe, apparently. Good luck to them both. Final update, she just texted asking if I'll reconsider when she's had time to work on herself. I didn't respond, just blocked her number. Sometimes the best revenge isn't dramatic or elaborate. Sometimes it's just taking someone at their word and letting them live with the consequences. Peace out. I've got a life to live, and it's going to be with someone who's actually in love with me.